Okay, we're going to show you how to make a adapter to fit two batteries into one actual female connector using Dean's plugs. And first you got to get your soldering iron nice and hot. Okay, that looks good. Now we're just going to tin both the positive and negative ends of every connector. One's done. Do the other ones. Just cooling it down a little bit faster. And then lastly, to the one female that's going to be going into your device, in this case a electronic speed control for a remote control car. Clean off the soldering tip every now and then just so it's nice and fresh for the next solder to help it all stick. Make a good clean soldering joint. Okay, now we're going to be doing a lot of different circuitry, and you got to think this through so you don't short out anything. Okay, so basically what we're trying to do here is we're hooking up two batteries into this one series connector. So it's going to be a series circuit, and basically the one battery is going to go through and it's going to add into the other battery, and then the output connector is going to think that we're into just one battery altogether because it's going to be a complete circuit going all through. So what we're going to want to do to achieve that is we will want to connect just our wires here. We'll start off with the main ones. Okay. And the red one. Okay, make sure those are nice and stable. Pull on them, make sure they stay. You don't want to have to take it out later. Okay, looks good. Okay. So now what we're actually going to want to do is, here's the positive one, and we're going to want to connect that to one of the positive, one of the positive ones on here, but we need some heat shrink on there first so we don't forget it. And that way we can do it once the whole circuit's done. And then Dean's connectors, the top one, that's like that right here, top one is the positive one, and this is the negative. I just know that from experience. That's the standard configuration for it. cool that down. Make sure it's nice and solid, and it is. Okay. And then normally if we just wanted to make an extension, then we would actually just connect this here, and then that would work as an extension. But since we're going to be connecting two into the circuit, then we need to connect this one to the other one. Okay, so now what we do is we think about this and we say positive one is coming in right here, and it goes through, and it's going to go through the battery and eventually come out negative. The negative needs to always connect to a positive, so then this one would go to right there. We're going to later put a wire from here to there, but right now we're just going to do this output negative wire onto this negative end, because this way these two output ones, there's the negative from this plug and the positive from this one, which are the overall circuit ends that go into one. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to clamp this up. Right now I'm using a rubber band so it applies the pressure for me. It's a nice little trick, helps a lot. Get it nice and soldered down. Cool it off. Okay. So now if we wanted, we could just solder this directly onto right here, but that's kind of sloppy. So I'm just going to run a wire in between. And it doesn't matter what color, because right now, I mean, it's connecting a negative to a positive, so you can't really mix that up. I mean, either way, it's going to be the wrong color, unless you have like a red and black colored mixed, which would be kind of weird, but you know, it's like a dark red color for you to tell. It doesn't really matter. Clean it off again. Okay, and I just noticed something too on the last wire. I forgot to put the heat shrink on, as well as on this one, but I think I might be able to sneak it on there. Okay, I'm just going to unsolder these both so we can get them on. This takes a second, not too bad. Okay, remember to put two on there, and we'll get to the heat shrink a little bit later. Resolder that on. Cool it down. Put the other heat shrink on.